Yeah, I like to wait a little bit on the music because it'll crash a little bit when people are talking over it. But okay, so we're gonna try this a little ghetto style right here, but whatever, we're gonna get the word out there. Right now, I'm currently on my cell phone, just like you guys, listening in, so I can hear you. I think Aaron saying something. Uh, I have all three of you guys muted. It is a little tough with me doing the mic and the phone, so I'm going to give you guys the floor and probably let you do most of the talking. But just to let everybody know that's listening, I apologize. I had issues with my connection today. We're going to work on getting it fixed. But we do have an interview here with our three guests, and I'm going to give them the floor, and they're going to talk about Jackson County Caucus in Kansas City, Missouri. You know, basically what happened, the strategy, and what we got to do. So, Aaron, you guys, the floor is yours.
Okay, Paul, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, Mark, are you there?
No, I'm here.
Okay, I guess we're on the air. Basically, we want to talk today about our experiences in Jackson County, everything that went into, our success there, and just give you guys a little heads up on what to expect at your caucuses and how to make sure that you're prepared for what happens there. I have Mark Jones here. He was elected chairman of the meeting, and Paul Trask, he helps assemble the slate of delegates and negotiate with the other candidates during the caucus for delegates. I guess basically where to start.
Yeah. Just take them step by step. Like, when you guys first got there, what went down, what other Ron Paul supporters should be expecting when they go to the caucuses.
Well, I would say the key is being prepared, and that takes a lot of work ahead of time. Mark and Paul and a big group of people worked really hard here to make sure that we were successful, and a big part of that is making sure that you're able to get in contact and locate every single Ron Paul supporter that's in your precinct or district or county or however it's done in your state, and identify those people and make sure that they're able to be delegates. And the most important thing is to get a full list of delegates that are committed.
So you want to basically, those that are committed, those few are hopefully it's not a few, it's a lot. They need to stay in tight contact. So I take it you guys were in contact all the time, on and off.
Absolutely, and Mark was. We're real grateful that he was able to get a space for us so that we could meet every single week. And as we recruited more people and brought them into the fold, we could keep them informed and make sure they knew what to expect as well.
Okay.
So, as far as that.
Now I know you were talking about some when you guys got there were some new Ron Paul supporters that weren't in contact with you guys, and they were kind of on a different page. Let's talk about that for a moment.
Paul and Mark, would you like to say something about that?
Well, you're doing fine. I'll speak up with what you want me to, but
no. Yeah, we want to hear everybody. We want to document exactly, all three of you guys, what happened, what you guys saw, what was your position, your part.
Well, the important piece of running a caucus or going to a caucus, and of course, in our cases, the establishment runs the caucus, but if you bring the numbers, you have the ability to control how the votes go. And we, of course, had no idea showing up what our numbers were going to be like. But 10 weeks or so, I don't know exactly how many weeks it was, it seemed like it was forever, but weeks of preparation, meeting every Monday night, bringing in new people, basically doing a mock caucus or caucus training several times, helped people who had never been to a caucus be able to know what to expect. And a caucus is the strangest kind of thing. Most people have never cannot even really get in their head exactly what it is if you've never been to one, because it's a very strange kind of thing. Most people are aware of going and voting and how that process just takes a few minutes. So to get them to think about coming and sitting for 5 or 6 hours and listening to a process play out, you get a lot of pushback. Why is it that way? Well, number one, it's the most Republican form of running our government, and of course our parties within themselves, our private parties, and they select these nominees. And so the process is a very long process, which the real purpose of this is so that it isn't democracy or mob rule. So our preparation, took several weeks, letting people know when we got to the caucus, yes, there's absolutely a fresh, brand new bunch of people who were not involved in the process up to that point. So communicating is key. So in our preparations, we put a little piece of paper together that basically gave the basics, the nuts and bolts to each person who showed up that was a Ron Paul supporter. And so on the way in, we counted them. We asked them if they supported Ron Paul, and of course we counted them if they did, and gave them a sticker. So we had two methods of probability of counting everyone. Mm-hmm. No, it will never be fail-proof. We had people who were upset because we didn't know the exact numbers. I don't know that. We knew more of our numbers than any of the other candidates knew their numbers. So I don't really know that there's a foolproof way to know exactly your numbers. There's no way to call for a vote and have the candidate have everyone,
But you can have an
tell
estimate,
who they
though.
support. But yeah, we absolutely had the strongest estimate. We knew exactly. Pretty close to the number of what our supporters. How many supporters we had. In fact, it was more accurate than any of the other campaigns. But there's just really no way to nail down to the person. We had a clicker system, and it, to be exact, that I have a photo of that ending count, which was 382. And then we had a sticker system, and we're aware of certain candidate supporters that took stickers and then tore them up in front of us. Yeah, that really happens. It's really mature.
Wow.
Absolutely. There's a lot of, obviously, my goal as chairman was to bring the group together to run a fair caucus. But yeah, we had that kind of thing happening, and it's surprising that people do that. But of course, we had about 400 stickers, give or take 2 or 3. So between 382 and 400, we were fairly accurate on our numbers. And not everyone, was aware of exactly what the numbers were. We didn't share the number with everyone immediately. Those in the leadership kind of knew the exact. We knew fairly close to. The bottom line is that we knew the venue held 1,000 people, and therefore we would at least need 501 to be able to control the 50% plus one. And when we knew we had 382 to 400, we knew we did not have the full number that we needed to be able to do everything ourselves. And, of course, when they announced in the credential report that it was 1,012, then we knew we needed exactly 507 votes to be able to get our chair get our chair voted in, secretary, and be able to control the slate.
Now, since you couldn't get that, that's why you guys had to end up working with, I think it was the Romney team?
We had talked with the Romney team the prior week after what happened on March 17th in several different locations with the Romney and Santorum people teaming up. There had been an overture made prior to the 17th, which we had kind of turned away, basically, and ignored, and said, if this is about the caucus, we'll meet you on the floor of the caucus. That's where we'd left it. But after the 17th, when some of these other campaigns had started meshing together.
Hold your thought right there, because when the music comes on, that means the commercial's about to come. I don't want to cut you off. So just hold your thought, and we'll finish when we get back.
One is a serial hypocrite who lobbied for Freddie Mac before the housing crisis and for the individual mandate before Obamacare.